Alright, this supposed SDR Connect. It's running on the Raspberry Pi. And we have the SDR there. So, let me see here really quick if I can start it. I normally would have a ham clock on here, but so I don't know what they were thinking when they said, "Oh, SDR Connect is going to replace SDR Uno." Where's all my band stuff? You know, I don't see it anywhere. So anyway, I've been trying to get this thing running, and I'm having trouble because it wanted to do updates and other stuff. I mean, it just I don't like this SDR Connect thing. They're like, "Oh, it's the new thing." Sure. So I was on Ubuntu and I was looking at some of the apps and I saw this thing here and I thought, wow, this looks really cool. I like the combination of the colors. It's kind of what I was trying to do when I had my 7300 was make the waterfall and all that kind of look like that. One of the things about the 710, look at this radio out of the picture, is that you can't really change as much, I think, as far as like colors and outlines, and Icon really gives you a lot of functionality. Like where you see the spikes here, you can like make an outline around it that's a different color. You can't do any of that in the Yaesu. So we were just looking at this SDR Angel or whatever, SD Wrangle. Let's see, open source signal and SDR analyzer fronted by various hardware, RTL SDR, AirSpy, Lime SDR, Pluto, HackRF. It looks pretty cool. So we're gonna go ahead and install this thing. Now we have a little bit faster of a connection. It shouldn't take like an hour. Let's see how fast it wants to install. So kind of weird. I thought there was a way to see what your downloading speed was, but I don't see it here. Anyway, so it doesn't say anything about the RTL, does it? Oh yeah, okay, it does. I'm assuming it will work with the SDR Play, but maybe not. I don't see it in here. It says it has DMR, Yaesu Fusion, POXAG. Wow, this could be kind of interesting. That's all it says on there. We're a little more than halfway installed. I don't know if I can back out of this page while it's doing this or not, because I'm just not like a power user for Linux. But normally what I would want to do is just open maybe another one of these windows here while this thing's doing its thing. I don't know if it will let me do that. We'll open a second instance. It's almost done now anyway. So I didn't get a whole lot of results when I just searched SDR as far as Linux goes. So I guess maybe we'd look up software defined radio. I'm not aware of a whole lot of other things. Let's go here. Enter. So We have this one here, demodulator, decoder, sat helper, and like that is it. So let's see what we get. That was awfully fast. Universal radio hacker. Let's look up ham radio. Let's just see what it pulls up. QRQ, yet another CW trainer. Whatever. Okay. Oops. Now I've got chirp on here, but I haven't figured out how to get the cable to work. So let's try this again. It doesn't seem right that it's only pulling up one category. Alright. So let's see if we can find what we just installed. Settings. Let's see, where would it be? Nope. We don't want that. I think down here. Yep. Not sure why it did that. And this out of here. Come on. All right. Does not have USB access. To enable USB access, do something. To enable, run Snap Connect, SDR, raw USB. Okay. How do I do that? Run Snap Connect. Well, let's look up. Snap. I think I saw something. Fuck. Snapchat? No. Alright, let's just do SDR. And now it did say something here. USB permission needed to be granted to access. Either do this in settings, apps, or run sudo snap connect. Okay. Let's see. Alright, so you gotta go down into here, and there's let me find. So you go into your apps and settings, and then it lots of stuff. Access USB hardware directly. So apparently you would have to get some kind of special plug-in to get this to work with the SDR play. There's something on GitHub. There's somebody saying they got it working. There's apparently a Windows version of this. There's a couple of videos. Interesting. So I'm going to do a bit of reading and I'll be back. So someone says if you're on Linux, you can use lib something mir SDR, which SDR Angel supports natively, and there is a source module for SDR++ made by somebody else, a fork of something something. So something about proprietary binaries for the SDR play. API 314. Okay. So this is where I really feel like Linux comes up short. So this guy here, Kevin Laughlin, I've seen his channel before. Anyway, he says he figured out a way to get it to work. And I've read how you can get it to work, but like it's not like, you know, okay, go download this thing like you would in Windows. No, you have to get in and compile scripts and do other stuff. So said I realize it's been a few years, just over a year since the API was updated. Maybe someone has created a newer module. Yes, I found one and it works. So I developed this one script to get your SDR play hardware working on recent Debian-based Linux distributions. Since Cubic SDR and GQRX are both newer and directly support SOAPy, this means we only have to build this SOAPy module from source. Everything else can be pulled directly from the repository. This greatly simplifies things. I've created two versions of this script, one for x86 and one for Raspberry Pi. That would be cool. You only need to run the script reboot and you're good to go. Below are the scripts. Choose the one for your machine, select it, copy, open an editor on your machine, and paste. Why would you need to open the editor? Save the file to your machine as something like SDR play setup sh. Oh boy. See, this is where this crap just gets complicated and it goes over my head. Why do I need to save it on my machine or edit it? Can't I just run it as a script from the terminal? So let me read this again. Below are the scripts. Choose one for your machine, select it and copy. Open an editor on your machine and paste. Save the file to your machine as something like SDR play. Okay. Now, right click on the script and select properties. Under permissions, check the box to mark it as executable. Open a terminal and run the script. This is really weird. Why would I need to do that? It will ask for your password and to install things from the repository and during the install of the API and SOAPy modules. If no errors are reported after reboot, will GQRX and Cubic SDR will see your SDR play. Okay, so basically, I'm sure if I follow his thing to a T, it'll probably work, although I don't quite comprehend this, and I don't know where I have an editor on here, but script for x86 machines. script for ARM-based Raspberry Pi. So I was thinking you could just, you know, do real basic stuff. So apparently copy all this and then it'll run it all at once. Alright, so I've opened a text editor. They have it over here. Text editor, that's what I used. Should be able to click it again. Well, let's just go back here. This thing drives me nuts where I can't see what I'm looking at. Okay, so here's my text editor. So according to this, I need to now open the editor on your machine and paste. Okay, wait. Yeah. Choose the file, select it, copy, open an editor on your machine and paste. Save the file to your machine as something like SDR play setup.sh, and that's what we'll do. Okay, copy. Now I've now lost my thing I was looking at. Okay, what does it say to do? Save. I really don't know how to use this. Okay. Okay. Save as paste. Okay. So now that it's been saved, we need to go back over here. Now right click on the script and select properties. Alright, let's see. There's got to be an easier way to do this. Right click on the script. Maybe I gotta open it up again. Let's see. And it says open the editor, save it to your machine as something like SDR play. So anyway, this is super getting complicated for me. So I think I gotta go find where I saved it and then do that. So I think it's over here. I didn't tell it to save it here. Properties. Executable as program. Is that what he said? Under permissions, check the box to mark it as executable. Okay. And open in terminal and run the script. Okay, how do I do that? So I'm just guessing. I've never done this before. So I guess we copy this, and then in the terminal it will run the script. This is like, I don't know, I've heard all this stuff over the years, but I just really don't exactly understand how any of it works. Where's my terminal? No command found. See, didn't work. Figures. Okay, so I really wish they would give more information instead of assuming everybody's like a Linux expert. So I right click on it and click run as program, and then now it needs a password, but I couldn't figure out how to do this. Like this, you know, I mean, who else is going to know how to do this that doesn't have any experience? So let's see if it'll work. Okay, but I mean, this is ridiculous trying to guess how to do these things that everybody assumes everybody else knows how to do. I mean, I've been playing with Linux for years, and you know, I struggle with this kind of stuff, you know, but I know more than a lot of people and a lot less than many. But it would have been nice if it was just, you take a couple minutes to explain the process of like, okay, just even looking at his script, I'm like, some of this stuff looks like incorrect. Like, when I'm looking at the stuff, I see pound install the dependencies. Is like, I'm like, is that a command or is that him writing that there? You know, because then underneath it says, you know, sudo apt install get cmake build essential blah blah blah. Anyway, so I'm not into the code thing and the terminal thing, so a lot of these things, you know, are confusing to me. And I'm like, well, is this an entire script, or is there bullet points that are explaining each part that needs to be done? So, you know, and then as he goes through here and explains this about like right-clicking the script, like, so you take the script and open it in an editor, and you save it as a certain file name. Well, why can't I just highlight this and save it as a file name anyway, just directly from this page, and then go in and right click it? But anyway, so it's not real clear on what you're supposed to be doing. So you open the editor, and if you've never used the editor, then you're gonna not really understand. You might actually go in here and go, oh, well, let me go into Office app, you know. So the editor is here. A lot of this is just kind of, you know, really, really difficult if you don't have any experience, you know. And all you want to do is just get your stupid SDR play to work with Linux, you know. So that's where I think Linux really falls short for, you know, being able to be used. And, you know, you have to be a power user, basically. You have to understand all this stuff. However, this Ubuntu is really nice because there are lots of apps that you can just kind of click and install. But you're going to run into all kinds of roadblocks, and you're going to probably spend hours of reading stuff trying to make things work, like we're doing right now. So he wasn't super clear about like highlight and copy the entire script from here to here. At least there wasn't like some bogus quotation marks in the way. And then, you know, he talks about opening it in the editor and then right clicking it and selecting the properties. But then you got to go, oh, well, you can't click on the actual like script itself that you just saved. You actually have to go up and click on something else. Lovely. So what is up with Firefox? Anyway, I don't care if it's not responding, just shut up. Alright. Let's go back over here and see what we got going on with the terminal. Yeah, looks like my computer's not happy. Okay, so it's going to be a while before any of this stuff gets done, but like, this is no guarantee this will even work with SDR Angel, so it'll probably work with one of these other ones, but we'll see. So for me, just the average guy, this is extremely complicated. For some people, this is like they don't understand why I'm you know, having trouble with it. But anyway, I'll be back when this is done. So while this is doing this, I need to probably go in here and restart Firefox, and then I gotta go figure out what those two programs were. GQRX or something, I think was one of them. It looked like Firefox was actually holding this thing up from installing packages too. So there's some kind of issue going on here with the computer. Doesn't want to open Firefox. Okay, now let's see if we can get this open here. So it actually did go back to where I was. On my Windows machine, it doesn't always do that. What in the hell is this? That's not what I was looking for. So we got all the range extenders and a router going, so that multiple choices of like how to connect to this computer. And I was getting really fast speeds yesterday, but I think right now we're seeing resource issues. Okay, so now he was talking about the two programs, and I don't have them, but I want to go ahead and get them on here. Cubic SDR and GQRX. Okay. So let's go GQRX. And I've definitely heard of that one before, but apparently can't find it there. So there's these other ones also. Oh, so this automatically installed Cubic, and then the GNU. Interesting. I don't know if that means that the script is done. Where's my terminal? Okay, so software and updates, software updater. Now you click on that and it like pulls up the web page. I don't know why. This thing's not done. So I wonder if this looks like we're having issues. But it's possible the thing wasn't ready to go. What I'm noticing though is I've been searching stuff on here and it didn't show up. I don't know what these snap things are. One thing I hate about Linux is like constantly needing a damn password. So let's try this again. GQRX. We can see it's right here. But before we looked it up and we got nothing. Isn't this just fun? Oh boy. Okay. So packager. I'm wondering which one this is related to. Is it related to this? If it does it again, then we can kind of figure it might be this one. I just think there's something wrong with this computer. It's just like I get errors quite often. Yeah, we'll go ahead and close this. I'll leave it out of here. We'll wait for this thing to finish doing its thing. So hopefully we can get this thing working. And the Raspberry Pi 3, it gets really hot, and I don't like the idea of like having it run all the time to do the SDR play console crap, which doesn't really look all that great. Now maybe if I could get one of these other softwares to run on it or something, but I want something that can take the sample off of the 3000 and just run a PAN adapter basically. And I don't want to run a Windows computer, but I guess the easiest way would be to do that. Now, if there was like some SDR play sized Windows computer. Okay. What do we got here? Terminal. It says, I don't know why I got an OK here, but I can't click it. The system will assist you. Your system has UEFI secure boot enabled configuration to work with third-party drivers. The system will assist you in the configuration of UEFI. To permit the use of third-party drivers, a new machine owner key has been generated. This key now needs to be enrolled in your system's firmware. To ensure this change is being made by you as an authorized user and not by an attacker, you must choose a password now and then confirm the change after reboot using the same password in both the enroll MOK and change secure boot state. Will be presented to you when the system reboots. If you proceed but do not confirm password on reboot, Ubuntu will still be able to boot on your system, but any hardware that requires third-party drivers to work correctly may not be usable. Okay, now it just says okay. It won't let me do anything with it. Am I just supposed to? I don't see where I'm supposed to enter the password. That is really strange. I think that this whole thing probably screwed up. So we're just waiting for the thing to reboot now, and we'll see what it does. It's supposed to ask for a password, but it never had me give one, so I have a feeling it's not going to work successfully. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see what it does. This thing really is laggy. Alright, let's see if it'll work. We're on Cubic SDR. It says it's querying the device. I don't know if it's actually doing something or it's just yeah, I think it's actually doing something. But because it didn't ask me for the password to set the password or do any of that, I don't think it's probably going to work. So what we'll probably end up having to do is we'll probably have to run that script all over again. The script did actually install some of the stuff on here for us, so maybe it did some of what needs to be done. But right now, I'm going to say it probably didn't work. We got so this would be nice when I could do like the rig control. If I get this one to work, I don't know what this one looks like when in its all its glory. Pretty basic, so I'm gonna say this one's probably not going to work. it doesn't have permission for the devices. So it's what it warned about in that thing, and I just don't know why it didn't work. But we'll close that one. Let's see if the other one is in here. We've got, they put it in weird places. Okay, so this one's probably also not going to work. Is it even doing anything? Oh, we have this one, and then we have this one. Looks like neither one of them are trying to open. Okay. Crash detected. Detected problems with the current configuration. Loading the configuration again could cause the application to crash. Current in and out devices. Let's go ahead and close that. Okay, so nothing's working basically. We got Cubic, we got this one got moved over here. The SDR Angel one still doesn't work. Okay. So we're gonna go in here. Run as program. Okay. So we will do all this all over again. And so it's installing the API package. Press return to view the license agreement. API 3.07, and I think I saw earlier on the internet they were saying something much higher than that. 3.07. Let me get this thing open. So we're gonna let this thing do its thing, and I'm not sure it wants me to review this licensing agreement. So we're gonna actually end up probably installing SDR Connect on here, and I'll make another video for that. This is probably gonna take some time to do. Yes. Wait. What am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to push yes for all of these. Holy hell. To start and stop API, would you like to add SDA USB IDs to the local database for yes. So this is doing different things this time, so I think we had possibly something fail again, because you see how it just did all that. So anyway, we'll come back to this later, and we might have to just run this a few times, but let me see just real quick. We'll just see if it does anything interesting. Okay, so we got the I&O devices. We don't want audio. So it gives us the SDR play over here. Let's see if it works. So it looks like it possibly works. What are we listening? AM? We don't want AM. We want... Now, I'm hooked up to the antenna, but I don't really see any signals. Can we drag this thing over here? I'm not sure if I like the full screen or not. I've never really seen anything on this here when it shows there's a lot of noise. So I'm wondering if this is just not working. Alright, I'm not picking anything up. We're going to go ahead and close that one out. It looks like it might be possible to get it to work. Okay. Now, let's see. So this is still doing the same thing. It just says querying. So I think this one is not going to detect it. And we probably experience the same thing with this one. If it opens. And then we have this one, which says it's ready, but problem is there is no option for this particular radio. So I don't know what you would do. I guess you add another radio. Devices. Get Kiwi. I just can't believe that they wouldn't support this. This is like the most popular. Let's just see what happens if we go RTL. No, wait, isn't it supposed to do something? Okay. Oh. Okay. Boy. So this one here, what does this say? Add RX device. Yeah. Let's just see what it does. So we could add a Kiwi, but anyway, I'm done playing with this, guys. We'll catch you later. If you know how to do this, let me know.